From local stories to Wayne County news, get ready to dive into everything happening in North Carolina with Taylor House Publishing. Got a story to share? Shoot us an email at taylorpublishinghouse@gmail.com. If you're looking to publish your book or need some top-notch mentorship, we've got your back. Join the excitement with the one and only Richard Taylor, right here at Taylor House Publishing. Speak with Richard directly at 919-587-7782. Don't forget to smash that like button, hit subscribe, and invite your family and friends to watch.
From Wayne County to the Carolina coast, Taylor House brings the news you love most. Tune in on YouTube, don't miss a beat. Local stories that keep you in your feet.
Taylor House, we got the scoop.
Taylor House Publishing.
Still more questions and answers tonight about the shooting of this 15-year-old in the Mississippi Delta. We told you about the shooting that Cornelius McGee Jr. in Clarksdale, Mississippi as breaking news last night. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. I'm Darcy Thomas.
And I'm Daryl Green. McGee's mother says that the man who shot his son was an upset father who used to be a police officer. Fox 13's Sierra Jordan is live from where this happened. Sierra, that community in Clarksdale, obviously, they're in mourning today.
Daryl, some people didn't even know that the shooting happened right in this neighborhood. Now, they told me they were shocked a former cop may have a 15-year-old that was allegedly in his home with his daughter. Now, I'm going to have my photographer pan to show you where exactly it all happened. You can actually see the yellow tape surrounding the scene, and that is where it all happened.
He ain't got nothing. Why would you shoot him in his back with his back turned and he's running from you? He already at your house. He at your house and everything. Why shoot him?
Words of grief and anger from the mother of 15-year-old Cornelius McGee Jr. Jacqueline Rash says the man who shot her son was upset the teen was in a relationship with his daughter. Rash says the man warned her son not to stay out of his house. But Monday, the man found McGee back in his home. The teen tried to run away, but his mother says he was shot in the back while climbing over a fence.
Guns is not the way.
A day after the shooting near Park Lane and West 2nd Street in Clarksdale, the community tried to make sense of what happened.
And I couldn't imagine losing him to gun violence by an officer of the law.
Clarksdale Police Department first told Fox 13 Monday the shooter was a former police officer, but did not mention what department. Fox 13 went to Clarksdale Police Department Tuesday for an update on the suspect. We waited about 20 minutes until we were told Chief Robbie Langley was in a meeting and was unavailable to talk. But when we spoke to the community, they were heartbroken about what happened.
But being a school teacher, I teach at school, so I feel sad, how young kid here had a whole future.
Now, the Mississippi Bureau of Investigation was called in last night to help with the case. Now, the agency said that the shooter is not a current officer. Now, we did reach out to MBI for an update, but we haven't heard back as of yet. Daryl?
Fox 13.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Taylor House Publishing. I am Richard Taylor, and first of all, I want to give most praises and honor to the Most High God for allowing us to be here today. Also, I want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in each and every day, for sharing the videos, liking the videos, subscribing to the channel, even sending monetary contributions to this channel. And today is another, once again, disturbing video out of Mississippi. This time, Clarksdale, Mississippi. And that's probably from the rest of the shows, just like myself, if it were not for somebody sending me this article, then of course I would not have heard of this one. So you guys tell me if you heard of this one in the comments. This one is from May the 22nd of last year, 2023. Now, 15-year-old Cornelius McGee out of Clarksdale, Mississippi, was unalived while reportedly visiting his 15-year-old girlfriend who just happens to be the daughter of an ex-Clarksdale police officer. Yeah, that's right. And there have been very little articles about this since last year. This particular article that I'm reading from is dated May the 24th, 2023, and I'm going to go over it real quick with you. But also there's just one more article that I saw. That is June the 2nd. And that article is pretty much in response to this article. But the article reads, a Mississippi teen was shot outside of a Clarksdale home Monday night, and his family believes that the teen's relationship with the gunman's daughter led to his demise. The shooter is a former police officer in the area, and police said that the call was initially reported as a residential burglary. Mississippi Bureau of Investigation detectives have taken over the murder probe, and after police in Clarksdale said officers there have a conflict of interest in the case. Now, they give you a vague synopsis of the case. Now, they said that the teen was reportedly in a relationship with this, in this article, this anonymous officer's daughter. Now, then they said that, the shooter, which is the officer, initially reported that it was a residential burglary. That is the reason why he shot our young brother. Now, it also says that the Mississippi Bureau of Investigation said they're going to take over the investigation because there's a conflict of interest. Of course, the guy who unalived an unarmed young black teen for visiting his daughter is an ex-police officer. So, of course, if they do that in the performance of their duty, if they protect each other in the performance of their duty, then, of course, they're going to protect each other in relation to a unalivement investigation. So the article continues and said, here's what we know. The unalivement happened just before 4:30 Monday outside a home in Clarksdale, about 100 miles southwest of Memphis. Officers were called to the home of former CPD police officer about a residential burglary. Now, you're going to see throughout this whole article, they never mention this ex-police officer's name. When the officers arrived, they found the homeowner at the scene along with one person, DOA. And it continues, where was Cornelius McGee Jr. shot? The teenager was fatally unalived at a home in the 1200 block of West 2nd Street, Clarksdale police told USA Today. Online records showed that a homeowner there matches the name of a former CPD employee. Once again, why are they not releasing this gentleman's name? They're actually protecting this person who apparently, reportedly, or allegedly unalived a young black teen in cold blood for dating his daughter. Once again, they say the city of Clarksdale posted documents showing that a police department employee with the same name resigned effectively April the 10th. And as of Wednesday, a LinkedIn page with the officer's name listed the Clarksdale Police Department as its employer. Officers called the Mississippi Bureau of Investigation to take over the investigation since the case involved a former CPD officer. Once again, they're quoting or they're posting documents saying that this name matches a former police officer, but once again, they have not shared his name. Also, you see here, the Bureau of Investigation is actively gathering information on the unalivement. At this time, it is not considered to be an officer-involved shooting, wrote the Mississippi Bureau of Investigation. Now, it doesn't matter if it's officer-involved or not. Why is this man not in jail for his crime? That is the question, not whether it's officer involved or it is a civilian involved. This guy evidently shot this young man in cold blood. McGee's mother, Jacqueline Rash, said her son was dating the former officer's daughter, which upset the man. She told WHBQ the man had warned her son not to go to his house to visit his daughter. When he found the teenager at his house, the teen tried to run away, the boy's mother told Memphis television station WHBQ. While the teenager was climbing a fence, the man fired a gun, hitting the teenager. Rash shared a post in support of her son Tuesday saying he was loved. The post encouraged people to focus on the goodness of him, including being a wonderful big brother. The best son, good uncle, great athlete, one person wrote. That's all we see. Justice will be served. When his mother shared the post, she added a caption of her own. Justice for my baby, she wrote. And that is the end of the article. Now, the quote-unquote former police officer says that it was a burglary attempt. The mother said that, her son was actively dating this young 15-year-old daughter of an apparent police officer or ex-police officer who may have had some adverse views to black youth, especially if they're dating their daughter. She said he caught him in the home, and then while the child ran out of the window or whatever, tried to jump the back fence, then the young man was executed. And now, the fact that, this is, one of those cases, again, where an racial relationship is involved. As you know, we've been covering several of these reported self-unalivements by black men, and two of the cases I know have been involved with men who are engaged in an interracial relationship. Not saying that is a catalyst or the main catalyst for their demise. However, when you think of the Norris Richardson in Alabama and Joshua James in Stillwater, Oklahoma, those are towns that, may not be as progressive as some towns that we see these relationships in. Nevertheless, this is the perceived by the family why this young man met his fate. Now, we all know Clarksdale, Mississippi. If you remember, Jacoby Lindsay was found suspended in the air in Hattiesburg, Mississippi. We just did the show this morning about Stewart. What was his name? Dominic Stewart, suspended from the Jefferson Davis Bridge in Jefferson Davis County, Mississippi. We also had Percy, I can't even remember his last. It's been so many. The 65-year-old in Jackson, Mississippi, earlier in October, who was also suspended. So this is another episode in Mississippi where a young black man is deceased and nobody is taking accountability. Unlike those other places, they know who did this cold blood. But here is how the narrative once again switches. Now, that article was written on May the 24th. The next article I'm gonna read you is from June the 2nd, approximately a week after. And this one says there's a new development of the case of the 15-year-old. Now, keep in mind, in the first article, they never mentioned the name of the officer. In this one, they mentioned the name of the officer, but this is in defense of this officer. And I'll read this short article with you as well. There's been a new development in the death of 15-year-old Cornelius McGee, who was shot in Clarksdale 2 weeks ago. Julius Voss, the first cousin of former Clarksdale police officer Andrew Bankhead, who allegedly shot McGee, wants to set the record straight on his cousin's involvement. Now, here's the first time that you hear the officer's name. And you hear they said he allegedly shot McGee. Not, clear cut like there's an open investigation saying that you did it. You actually, and you're going to say, you're going to see where, he said that, he caught them breaking in his house. That's what he said. But this guy continues. They had judged my cousin, tried him, and convicted him based on a lie. Voss said. Had never seen him before, don't know him, hadn't seen him, doesn't know nothing about him. Now here, this cousin is denying that McGee was dating this ex-officer's daughter. And here it is, the day after the unalivement, McGee's mother said her son was shot because Bankhead caught him in the house with his 15-year-old daughter that Monday afternoon. She let him in the house, said Jacqueline Rash, McGee's mother. They said it was a break-in, but it wasn't a break-in. The daughter let him in the house. Voss strongly defends his cousin against the accusation, saying Bankhead doesn't have a 15-year-old daughter. There is no 15-year-old girl, Voss said. We definitely want to get that established first, that there was no girl letting the young man in the house. Voss said his cousin had a number of guns and video security cameras in the house and outside his house, and that a suspect was seen on camera entering Bankhead's house, pushing an AC unit through a back window and finding at least two long guns. Bankhead was in the shower with a pistol nearby when the AC unit crashed into the floor. That's when they met each other, and that's when the shooting started, and they have all of this on video camera. The Mississippi Bureau of Investigation continues to call it an open investigation, but neither MBI nor Clarksdale police will release the security video at this time. In Missouri Bureau of Investigation, Thursday, agent said requested and was granted a search warrant for the phone of the deceased. Rash told WREG Friday that she has seen a copy of the security video camera provided, but said that the person in the video was not her son. She declined an on-camera interview. Now, there is this mysterious cousin coming to the defense of Andrew Bankhead and saying that, his cousin was in the shower. He doesn't have a 15-year-old daughter. He met the man in the process of finding two guns, and that's when the shooting started. But then the first article said that the young man was climbing a fence and was shot while he was climbing the fence. Now, our first article did say that the young man was found outside the home. When the officers arrived, they found, the officer and, a young man deceased on arrival. And so the first article negates or contradicts what this cousin is trying to say, but also why hasn't the man said anything. Now, once again, these are the only two articles, these are the only two accounts that I can find about this instance, which leads me to believe, just like a lot of other instances, that this has probably been swept under the rug without any resolution, to the dismay of the family and the death of this young man. Now, and as far as Andrew Bankhead goes, if you type in that name, there is no photos that will come up of him. The only thing you see is the photos of our young brother, Cornelius McGee Jr. And so I don't know what has became of Mr. Bankhead. We all know that these local police and the State Bureau of Investigation work hand in hand in these situations. So considering the climate, the culture, the history of Mississippi, more famously Clarksdale, I doubt that anything would be done or has been done in this manner. So if you guys are familiar with this case and you can provide information, please let me know in the comments, or feel free to reach out 919-587-7782, or you can send an email to taylorpublishinghouse@gmail.com. But I certainly thank y'all for tuning in. Once again, rest in peace to all of our fallen brothers who have been falling for centuries in this country. But, needlessly at the hands of, some people with ideology that does not line up with who we are. And we've always, I guess, been a threat. We've always been, a public enemy number one in America. So it seems like things have not changed, even once again to this year, to last year, to decades and centuries before. We must once again stay vigilant. But, we have to stand on biblical principles. And one scripture says that no weapon formed against me will prosper, and any tongue that rises up against me in judgment shall be condemned. And also Psalms 27 verse 1, the Lord is my light and my salvation. And also Psalms 27 and 1, the Lord is my light and my salvation, whom shall I fear? The Lord is the strength of my light, of whom shall I be afraid? When the wicked, even my enemies, came upon me to eat up my flesh, they stumbled and fell. So that's what I want to leave all of my brothers out there. Once again, stay vigilant, stay aware, stay knowledgeable of, the surroundings you're in. And so, we could avoid these situations. Once again, rest in peace to the young brother Cornelius McGee Jr. and peace and love to his families. I'm out.
Here at Taylor House Publishing. Speak with Richard directly at 919-587-7782. Don't forget to smash that like button, hit subscribe, and invite your family and friends to watch.
From Wayne County to the Carolina coast, Taylor House brings the news you love most. Tune in on YouTube, don't miss a beat. Little stories that keep you in your face.
Taylor House, we got the scoop.